Episode 2, The Fall of Man, Genesis 3. In the very beginning, God gave Adam and Eve a beautiful home, the Garden of Eden. Imagine a place where the rivers sparkled like crystal, the trees bent low with fruit, and the air itself was filled with peace. Adam and Eve were free to enjoy it all. But there was one command: you may eat freely from every tree except one, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. This was not about fruit, it was about trust. God wanted Adam and Eve to live in freedom, but also in obedience. One day, while Eve was near the tree, the serpent appeared. He didn't attack with force, he used words.
Did God really say, "You must not eat from every tree"?
Notice how temptation works. It rarely comes as an obvious lie. It begins with doubt, with questions that twist the truth. Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful. It looked good for food. It even seemed to promise wisdom. Slowly, her heart leaned toward the desire. She took the fruit, ate it, and gave some to Adam. He ate too. In that moment, their eyes were opened, but not in the way they expected. They suddenly felt shame. For the first time, they saw their own nakedness and tried to hide. Later, when God walked in the garden, he asked, "Where are you?" Adam answered,
"I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid."
But instead of honesty, blame filled the air. Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent. God then spoke judgment. The serpent would crawl in the dust. The woman would feel pain in childbirth. The man would struggle with the ground to survive. Yet, even in judgment, God gave a promise. One day, a descendant of the woman would crush the serpent's head. This was the first whisper of redemption. The fall of man is not just an old story. It's our story. Every day we face the same pattern. Temptation begins with a whisper. Did God really say? Sin looks desirable before it destroys. Shame makes us want to hide from God. But here's the good news. God still calls out, "Where are you?" Not because he doesn't know, but because he wants us to return to him. And just as God promised long ago, Jesus Christ came to crush the power of sin. Yes, the serpent may strike, but Christ has already won. So when temptation whispers, stand firm. When shame tells you to hide, remember the cross is calling you out into grace. For as in Adam all die, even so in Christ shall all be made alive. 1 Corinthians 15:22. The fall was not the end. It was the beginning of God's plan to redeem humanity. And that plan includes you. If this story spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs encouragement. And join me next time for Episode 3, the story of Cain and Abel, where we'll uncover the dangers of envy and the power of responsibility.